Oh, is it recording?
It's recording, yeah.
So I was just making those noises.
Yeah.
We haven't got any microphones on. Oh, no, I do. Oh, right.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, that's a little insight into how it works.
You can introduce this video if you want.
Hello, lovely people.
Welcome to Driven by Two. Yeah, a bit slow there.
You just said I could introduce
Go on,
it,
introduce
and then
it.
we're not introducing it.
You-
This is
you
definitely
do it.
going for a Bluetooth
Yeah,
video, isn't it?
You can introduce
Okay, Hello.
Look how close that was to my foot. That made a horrible noise as well.
That's brilliant. That's like proper bloopers reel now. It's because I said it, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's just everything's just, yeah.
Right, go on then.
Anyway, right. Welcome to another episode of Driven by Two. Is that good?
Yeah, that's
That's
fine.
fine. All right, excellent. Right.
What's on the agenda today, Rory?
On the agenda today is, picking up on another set of hubs. So you can see I've got these front hubs here, which I've pushed the studs out of so we can do a proper job.
Yeah.
Proper job. And I need you to mask them up.
Right, okay.
So that is a rear hub, as is that. As you can see, I've already blasted the worst of it off, but I got waylaid last week. I had to do other things. Other exciting things have happened, which we may feature on this, are we?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about. Well, that's the thing. Like, when it comes to powder coating, sandblasting, the key thing to all of this is
Time.
preparation.
Oh, sorry. That's
Preparation.
what you're going for.
It doesn't matter how long it takes.
That's
as long
what
as
is.
it's done properly.
That is what I was
Yeah.
going for. Yeah.
But yeah, preparation. So, you know,
Yes.
we're going to show exactly how we prep these to get them masked off, ready
Yes.
to have powder coating
That
and then
is
shot
the plan.
blasting. Obviously, with the actual hubs themselves. So that.
Yes. No.
That.
No.
Oh, they're the rear. They're the rears, aren't they?
Yes.
They're the rears. Okay, ignore me. These are the rear ones, not the front ones.
That's what
There
goes
we go.
on it,
There
yeah.
we are. Right. So, obviously, this is what it looked like beforehand, etc., etc. And then this is what it looks like. Oh, I'm losing screws. I'm losing bolts. So obviously, we know this is what they look like before. So, standard used hubs, nothing special. And then you've got after they've been sandblasted, but
Kev,
you got to make sure.
trying to record.
Oh, what is that? Oh, is that your phone going off? Or is that thing?
I don't know. Oh, is it? I thought it was your phone.
We thought your phone was ringing. Is it that?
Oh, I see.
Magic wand.
Yeah.
That's his magic wand.
No, Kev, you carry on. It's fine.
Yeah,
Don't
it's all
worry.
good.
We're going to have to show
Keep-
Kevin's
keep
magic
the
wand
noise
now,
down.
aren't we?
Keep the noise down. That sounds like someone's phone. He's got an electric wand thing where he's going around checking for like.
Should we go show?
No,
with people?
we won't. No,
Okay.
we'll leave it to it.
Kev's a risk every time he's on camera.
Yeah,
He really is.
we'll just leave him for that.
We love a Kev. We
Um,
love having Kev around. You know, he's as I said, the Oracle. He's forgotten as more about cars than I know.
And he knows this because he's forgotten about how to do stuff in cars. So, right. So the main thing with this is prep. Obviously, this here, the silver surface that you see, has to be kept clean and untouched
Yes.
because obviously it's
That is
where
a bearing
bearings go,
surface.
it's where seals go, etc. So it needs to be clean. So
Yes.
we don't have any real ways of protecting this other than masking it up with masking tape and then a good few layers of duct tape. That will be absolutely enough because after a while it will look a little bit like this. It's being shot at, you know, with the aluminium oxide.
You obviously
etc.
avoid it as much as you can.
Yeah.
But obviously, when you're doing, for instance, a complicated part like this, obviously you're trying to blast under there, and obviously some is going to come off and hit underneath, which you can see it's done, but fortunately, it's not gone through. So that's
Also,
okay.
another thing is
There's also a
obviously,
bung in there.
as you can see, these have been blasted already, but this, it only takes a few days for them to start rusting again.
And there's a big difference as well because obviously these are cast steel. I don't think they're iron.
Yeah, I think they are cast
And
steel.
basically, yeah, so this all just starts coming through from the bottom, which is where. So it's almost a good thing because, as I said, like I'll get some acid on it as well, try and cure them of all the rust. But it's, yeah, obviously I'll then give them another blast, but it won't take anywhere near as much effort to do them again. So it's sort of a good thing I've left them.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
And that's the thing.
get rid of it
The
again.
bits that are are rusting are the bits that weren't necessarily cleaned properly, or as thoroughly as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's that. So we've got various different bungs, rubbers, to plug up all the small little holes and stuff like that for this process. So as long as we get all of this done and done properly, then we shouldn't have any issues at all.
Now, let the montage begin. Right, so when it comes to these hubs, we need to make sure that the sensitive surfaces, like the shiny bits in the middle there, as you can see that I'm covering, are well and truly covered, because when we go to blast them inside the cabinet, we've got to make sure that they are pretty much untouched. So as you can see, I'm putting 2 layers of duct tape. Now this is heavy duty duct tape. This should be fine. You're not really going to be going over this surface anyway with the sandblaster, but you do need to make sure that it is covered, because it is a sensitive surface. That's where bearings are going to go, gaskets, etc. Make sure they're covered. So that one is thoroughly covered. I'm going to show you a different one now. Now the funny thing is about this, we're currently having issues with our sandblaster. Our sandblaster is very, very good, but at the moment it just keeps blocking up and just doing silly things. So we do have another sandblaster on the way, and we will show you that in the next video when we do sandblasting, etc. If there's anything that you want us to show in the next couple of videos when it comes to sandblasting, like other objects, etc., just let us know, and we'll try our best to show you. Obviously you need a cup of tea whilst doing this, because it is a stressful job, but I run a screwdriver just around the outer edge there, just to make sure that the duct tape is touching and it's all stuck down as best as it can be. Just sticking some bits in the middle there, just making sure there's no gaps, and that one is all done and dusted. Now these ones were a little bit trickier, because yes, you can get the overall shaft covered, but you've obviously got a slight table on the bottom that needs to be completely covered. Now this surface here needs to be absolutely immaculate, or pretty much near enough immaculate, because that is what bolts directly onto the hub itself. So that's what mates to the hub. It has to be pristine, clean and shiny so it mates up correctly. Now you can see that I'm covering it up with masking tape, and I'm just going around with a Stanley blade, just making sure that I get the whole entire circumference of that area there. It was a complete pain in the bum, but I did manage it. Now just for some added protection, I'm now going to put on some of that gaffer tape as well. This job I absolutely hate doing, because you've got to make sure you get it absolutely spot on, because at the end of the day you don't want to come back and have to do it again. And the only way to then fix this is to have them machined back to metal again and have them smoothed off. But you get it, you do it for the first time, you do it right the first time, and you never have to come back. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I did it okay. So we shall see. Right, so they are fresh out of the sandblasters. As you can see, they're a rough texture on the outer part of the hub, so they've all been sandblasted. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean up the shaft itself, and I'm going to put some, you know what, I actually forgot what the name of this special tape is, but this tape stops the powder from sticking to the metal itself. So I'm going to cover this up generously with this tape. You know what, I can't remember what this tape is. I can't remember for the life of me, but yeah, I'm going to cover this up, make sure it's fully covered so none of the powder sticks to it, and then we can wipe off any excess powder that we need to when we put it into the powder coater. Now this is just to cover the part. This isn't to put it in the oven or anything like that. This is just to cover it. Make sure we obviously put that bung down into the shaft so no powder gets down there as well, and then blow it off with a bit of the air. And then with the other shaft, you can see I'm just taking off the gaffer tape. The gaffer tape all looks mashed up and horrible because the sandblaster did a good job on it, but making sure that I'm giving it all a good wipe to get as much dirt off as possible. All this is just some panel wipe. It naturally evaporates in the air, so it shouldn't take too long to get done. And then hopefully, once this is all done, they should be ready for powder coating. So yeah, fingers crossed it turns out all right.
I think hopefully this makes people aware of how much effort powder coating takes.
Yes. So we've cleaned everything up. We've
Yep.
shot blasted everything.
Yes.
Make sure everything's all clean and ready to go. They've been in the oven now for about an hour.
while.
Yeah, they've been in there for about an hour.
Yeah, well,
now.
because when I've got stuff ready, sometimes I'll just stick it in there and I'll leave it, and it'll just as
Then
it
at
comes
least
up.
you know
temperature.
it's done then, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah, I mean that's properly outgassed.
That's
You're not
outgassed.
gonna,
right, I'm gonna open it. You ready?
Cool. Yeah,
Right.
let's go.
Go.
You swing the door shut behind me.
Yep.
Keep the temperature in.
So everything's at 180 degrees for about an hour, just to outgas it, get all the chemicals out. Obviously from our previous video, you can see that's what we've done. We've got everything in here from
Especially
front hubs.
These are things
rear
that
hubs.
have been near brake fluid. So
Yeah.
there's every chance.
It would have soaked that all up over the years.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
exactly.
Definitely.
So make sure it comes out. I'm not going to put that back on there once I've coasted it. It's a bit too close.
So how long do we have to leave these to cool down now? It's down to 80 degrees, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
something?
roughly.
That's it. See, like all these bits here, they were all cleaned off. There was
Yes.
nothing there. Now
No.
it comes straight back out. You can never get it that fucking clean. That's the most
Well,
annoying
that's
thing.
the thing, because we even outgassed some and then blasted them again, and then we outgassed them again, there's more. So I'm going to just do them and then find out, because they're not going to be going on the car for a while.
No.
So if something happens, then I can do it. Yeah, I can fix it before it goes
That's
on.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Right, cool. Well, we'll leave it for a couple of minutes then.
Yeah.
Wait for it to cool down.
It
and
does
then
not
we'll have
take
a look.
long given the current temperature.
Oh no, it's 5
5
degrees.
degrees in here, people.
5 degrees. Right, obviously you've got to make sure it's done properly. So you've got to bung every hole with a thread. So then that way you can still put your bolts back in without having to retap, because Rory said earlier on it's a lot harder to retap bolt holes that are filled with powder coat than it is to prevent it in the first place. Again, it's all about preparation. As long as you prepare yourself properly, then you should be able to, well, you should be able to make it easier for yourself. Make life easier, not harder.
That's the plan. We filled it with powder. We've set it to 75 kV and 60 milliamps.
So that means the green one is set to 75 kV and the red one is 60, did you say? 60 milliamps. And the air pressure is set to
18 psi.
18 piss.
When it starts going, it's got to drop when you press the
So
trigger.
you've set it to 18 pissy.
Yes. We have.
Right, I'm going to stand back because I have no facial coverings whatsoever.
To be honest,
And
as long as you're not in there,
yeah, that's it. Just there. Right, so that is that. We've powder coated the hubs.
Yep.
They've come out fantastic. What's your thoughts overall?
it's good. Yeah, no, quite pleased with the results. Obviously, still perfecting the craft as such.
Yeah.
Still got some improvements to be made, but yeah, it's all good. Quite pleased.
Good.
Where someone's tried to remove a bung.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I had the oven gloves on. I had these huge oven gloves.
Otherwise known as welding balls.
These things, accidentally marked it.
And I said, without saying, use a pair of pliers. Try to take the bung off. And that didn't go so well, did it?
No, that didn't go so well.
Yeah.
But they look great. They look really, really good. So 1 layer of primer.
Yep.
2 layers of black. And they've come out looking spot on, to be fair. Oh, they look cool.
There is some work I'm going to have to do, obviously, getting those studs back in. I'm going to have to probably get a very small file in there and just go over it. Because if I was concerned if I put bungs in there, basically it wouldn't get the coverage all the way in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still preparing at the moment just to basically take the powder back off again. I'm sure as my masking improves, maybe I will get to the point where I'm sort of masking more. As I said, like, earlier, it is easier, for instance, with these holes, it's easier to mask them in the first place.
Preparation, isn't it? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Sweet.
Yeah, the only thing, I don't know what you're supposed to do, because obviously these were rusty as hell, these threads. So obviously they've been blasted, and didn't bother, or have they? No, I think we put bolts in them, didn't we? But either way, when the threads are rusty inside like that, on a captive, what are you supposed to do?
I think you're just meant to ream them out. I think you're just meant to...
yeah, no, but you're obviously removing a protective coating. There's nothing...
Oh, yeah, I know, like the zinc plating or like the galvanization or something.
Bulk, it's outside, but you can't zinc plate a whole hub.
I think that's it.
Well, I suppose you could, but...
I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else you can really truly do. I think once you've done that and you remove that coating, that's pretty much it. Because obviously, ideally, what they want you to do is buy new hubs.
Yes,
but again, that's not an ideal situation in any world because
you can't get them.
No, you can't get them. And for a start, you can't get them. And secondly, look how well they've turned out when you just refurbed them. You've cleaned them up. Yeah, not everyone has a shot, a sandblaster and whatnot, but
could do with a bigger one.
You don't have to have a sandblaster to do that. You could just do that with elbow grease or take it to someone that will sandblast it for you and get all this done for you. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I think hopefully this is a good educator. Like if people decide that, I want stuff powder coated, this is a good idea of when you get a coat and you go, that's a lot. Maybe you'll, see the videos of us doing
Try your hand at it.
And you will see, it does take quite a lot of effort. So it's very, very time intensive, this obviously, especially when you're working with rusty stuff. I'd say when you've got, if you're powder coating wheels or whatever, it's fairly straightforward because if you've got proper strippers, you're not doing anything with rust. Obviously, you've got to fix curb rash and everything.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, it's all depending on what part you're doing.
100%, and how bad it is, etc.
Yeah.
Right, brilliant. Well, that's us done for another episode. Obviously, we'll do more stuff. What's next in the agenda, do you reckon?
I've got a fuel tank I need to paint. So I could go through the steps of, because I never got through it. Obviously, you didn't start recording before I'd already raptured that.
Yeah, we'll show that. We'll show that next episode. We'll show the progress next episode. Because Rory has done some progress off camera on the car, so there's bits that have been bolted to it. But we'll do that next time.
We will, yeah. But yeah, I could go through the rapturing process, because obviously I'm not going to be powder coating a fuel tank.
Yeah, you're going to re-rapture it, which would be good, because I want to see how rapturing works.
Priming.
I'd like to do that on the bottom of the Mini, on some bits of the Mini, because obviously it's going to go through some abuse. Perfect. All right. Well, lovely. Well, thank you for watching. See you later.
Bye-bye now.